this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Dash, go. Zoom, fellas, let's go. 27, Mike, 27. We ain't giving up nothing today. 57.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas. Drive. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready, set. 27, check, Mike, 27. I'm coming for you, Mike. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this will be incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Kill. Check 31.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's got Hireman. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. I'm coming.
Back to throw now on first down. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Hey, Echo.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. and they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yellow! I go on, Eddie! Check in! Out here!
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
47's the mic. 47
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And going deep and that's caught inside the 35. Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a 1st down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Corey Littleton came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Man, I got you. Man.
He'll drop to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It got his man complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Bang, 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 bang. General West. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check 4, check. Look at me. Zipper. SOS, 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 SOS. Shit, shit.
They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Ready, ready. 60 or.
After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Ready to break. 44 Mike. Check, check. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Look, squeeze. Go. Hatch it. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Chiefs take over.
Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A well-executed 22-yard gain. On the ground, this is Williams. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
The 36-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And Robinson with a big catch. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Let's go, hey. Go, Mike. Mike 34. Cut.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. The end result, 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Yellow. 34's a Mike. He's coming. Check in. Stop your whining. Delta. Check back 34.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Got his man. It's Williams. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Yellow. RWA. Mike 34. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and goal.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. This is caught by Williams. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Watch the pass. Check. Hey, Sam off. Check hot. Switch. Check 3. Hey, Jack. Mike 27.
Here we go on second and 12. And the Chiefs are going to get him. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
And this is caught by Evans. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Working from the gun, Mahomes going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check on travel. Check 50. 36. Hey, Delta. Shoot.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And a good burst there, gets him 7 up to midfield.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Jeff Hireman, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This is Riddick on the screen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Back to throw here. Well, that's complete to Sanders. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he doesn't, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Keep playing hard all day. Woo! Let's get it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
You better bring.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Jim. Hey, watch it.
A give, running right, Lindsey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get up.
Bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They'll look to throw here. He wants it all for the end zone. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. This is taken at the 18. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Adam Gotsis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
And yep, as a result, knocks it down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Hey, Zoo.
2nd and 13. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line.
6-6. Pull it high. Hey, Haywood.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. The completion to Riddick. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll set up to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Go. Fair.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his tight end Fant, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Broncos on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They're going to look to throw. Well, Sanders has got it complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check.
Shoot.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, the team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Evans. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Oh, you got deep?
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Butker's kick here is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A pass complete here to Sanders. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Check it out.
They'll look to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Orbit.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. We got double up. Out.
Get it.
Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here I come again.
Hey, exit.
Slam.
Ready.
2nd and 10. Left side here to Sanders. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. Now back to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitter's getting to see him. And then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Chiefs, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.